John, you said something that has been very helpful to me, having lived overseas. In the United States, growing up, like pretty much everybody within my theological orbit had the same political viewpoint. We got to England, and it was very different, like how things lined up, what you just assumed, and these were people that were just as committed theologically on evangelical orthodoxy, Reformed tradition, had a very different political makeup. I know you don't want to criticize Americans, but you've been here long enough to learn how to appreciate baseball, so you probably have some observation. What do you think is just good counsel? You've come in as a brother from the outside. What are some things that Christians should be thinking about in their political engagement, or what should people in ministry be thinking about? What have you observed?
Well, I have a raft of thoughts. Let me just offer them. It seems to me, and perhaps I speak as an ignorant foreigner, it seems to me there is no biblical mandate for political influence as the gospel influence in the world. It is also clear to me, just practically and historically, that the church doesn't need any political influence in order to do gospel work. And having said that, I think Christians engaging in politics is a wonderful thing. But I want to relegate its importance compared to preaching the gospel and living a gospel community in the local church. That is the true spiritual action of the world. Thinking biblically and historically, it seems to me that there are only 4 tools that Christ has given the church to change the world. One is prayer. The other is persuasion. Then there is service and suffering. I think these are the tools given to the church to change the world. And these are the tools you see the early Christians using. And they radically changed the Roman Empire with these 4 tools. So when I think of a new situation where, sure, people have handed Christians the keys to the condo, right? I still think those 4 tools should be the tools that we use in politics. Prayer, persuasion, service, and suffering. And with a heavy emphasis on persuasion. So I didn't mean to imply with my dinner guest analogy that we should withdraw. I'm all for being the cheerful, open, engaging guest.
Sometimes provocative.
Sometimes
yes.
Provocative. But when you're shouted down, you don't get all sort of, my rights. You offer your generous reply. And so politically, so long as people are engaging using the tool of persuasion only, not backroom deals, not bully tactics, not horse trading, not betraying, but relying on persuasion, politics is fantastic.